A tug-of-war game between two very good sides, India and South Africa. The game went down to the wire, but it was ultimately South Africa who had the last laugh by 5 wickets. They beat India by 5 wickets to climb to the top of the points table. This is the post-match show of this clash between India and South Africa. I, Damini Basu, on behalf of Rev Sports, take delight to be joined by Norman Kochenik for some discussion. Thank you so much, Norman, for joining. He joins live from South Africa, from Australia right now. Norman, please give us updates. First of all, what's the atmosphere there, and what do you have to talk? What do you have to say about this win by South Africa and this performance by both the teams?
Okay, thank you for letting me join your show. The fact is that a drop catch by Kohli, a missed run-out chance by Rohit Sharma, a very poor over from Pandya, and actually Ashwin contributed to the loss. India had it to win, and they unfortunately stumbled across the line, and they could not get it done today. So it was purely down to their poor bowling and fielding. I don't even think their batting was that bad. I think their batting was quite reasonable under a very difficult set of pitch conditions. The fast bowlers dominated on both sides. We must understand that India had there to win. They had two crucial blows, as I said. The Rohit Sharma missed run out and the Kohli incredible drop catch, which led to a situation where South Africa were able to win, but not convincingly though.
Absolutely, and we have in time joining with us Joydeep Mukherjee and Shubhan Chakravarti. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining. Joydeep, I'll come to you. What do you have to say about this win by South Africa and particularly India's performance? And we'll come to this discussion later on about the details of this match. But if you could just give us an overview about your thoughts about this performance by both the teams, this match going down till the last ball.
No, I thought we were short on the runs for sure. I thought we were at least, our batting didn't get off. We somehow, because of Surya, got to a position of strength. Yes, after that we made a match of it for the simple reason that the bowlers were really good. But we'll get into the detail later. But, India's won against Pakistan by the skin of their teeth. Then there was another special innings from Surya. Another special innings from Surya. We are not playing convincingly well as a batting unit.
Certainly, we are not playing. And Shubhayan, I'll come to you. We have Boriada joining us from Australia. Boriada, if you can hear us, my goodness, the sound is deafening. And Boriada, just give us some live updates. What's the atmosphere there right now, and what did you feel about India's performance?
Disappointed Indian fans all over, as you can see. Extremely disappointed. For us, three major moments. One was that Virat catch. One was the Hardik Pandya over, where he conceded those three boundaries, and one was the Rohit Sharma run out. Those were the three turning points as far as Alan and I are concerned. We've done our little segment, which you will soon get. But those were the three moments. Alan keeps talking about it, that when it's going your way, you don't change. Those three deliveries that unfortunately did not go India's way. But now, match against Bangladesh, Damini, in Adelaide has become a bit of a virtual knockout because South Africa will top the group. They're already ahead. If India loses to Bangladesh, then India's campaign can get derailed. So that match in Adelaide becomes almost a virtual knockout as far as India is concerned. Pakistan's gone home, but Bangladesh and India, both of them, that particular match in Adelaide becomes a massive, massive game now in 2 days' time.
Okay, absolutely. And so with these thoughts, Shubhayan, if you could give us your final thoughts before we get into the dissection of this game. What do you have to talk about to us about this game by both the teams going down to the wire, India's performance, and ultimately South Africa bagging the last laugh? You're on mute, Shubhayan, you're on mute.
Yes. So I'll just add to what Joydeep said, and yes, as a batting unit, collective batting unit, we are not performing well. As a bowling unit, which was a concern heading into the tournament, we are exceedingly doing well in that department. To tighten the screw with a 140-run target, I think that was a commendable performance by the Indian bowler, especially. I'm not going into the fielding part. Plenty of catches and run-outs miss. I'm not going into that part, but yes, bowling-wise, we are doing well. Batting-wise, there's a concern. There's definitely a concern. As a collective unit, we are not performing well.
And I agree with Norman. That in spite of the runs we had, we could have won this game.
Yep.
I agree with Norman on that front. because it was a great fight. It wasn't an easy wicket to bat on. But our batting unit hasn't taken up. It was
Yeah.
an unbelievable knock from one person who got us to a position of strength. Whereas for
True.
South Africa, it's two people who have to do the job. So can you imagine a
Absolutely.
team without Surya? So, rest of the batting can't put bat on ball and somebody else is batting at 200 strike rate. So either one guy is unbelievable and the others have just not hit form. And you can't have four or five
Absolutely.
guys not hitting form. Yes, Quinton de Kock got out because the ball was swinging. But in spite of that, they were also 3 for 2.
Right.
But in
Absolutely.
spite of that, you
Yeah.
recover. So we
Yeah.
also, after being 10 for 2 or 20 for 2, can
Yeah.
recover.
Absolutely. And Norman, now I was about to come to you. Let's get into the details. Norman, since you have attended this match, could you just tell our viewers what, according to you, whatever you could make out, how were the batting conditions since India opted to bat first? Was it actually a good batting pitch, or was it a pitch which, would say definitely would allow batsmen to score not very high scores like the one today?
Okay, look, first and foremost, the pitch was a very difficult one to bat on. A lot of the
Okay.
earlier batsmen fell very early, so some good deliveries. The bowlers on both sides were great. Nokia, likes the Giddy, and Rabada bowled particularly well. And on the Indian side, Ashleep bowled very well as well. The fact is that batsmen had a hard night of cricket, but it was not the batting that let India down. It was their fielding and their bowling, by far. And I'll tell
Norman,
you
why
what,
bat first?
it was.
Norman, why
Sorry,
bat first? Why bat first after winning the toss?
why would they bat first when they won the toss? I think
Yeah.
had India look, India's batting's been very strong for the last two games, and they maybe wanted to have a sense of ascendancy. But you're right. I think that was the wrong decision. It would be better off batting second and chasing. I think
Because a
South
fresh
Africa had it
wicket,
too easy.
a fresh wicket with whatever little bit of juice in it, you're playing the best bowling attack when your batting is not been that good. So why not face it later? Obviously, in the second half, the batting conditions were better than it was in the first. That was inevitable.
I agree. Just let me add something. There's an added factor here. It is absolutely freezing cold. It's like 10
Oh.
degrees, 10, 12 degrees.
Oh.
We had hoodies on that went straight through us, and the guys out in the field had their hands in their pockets. It was a horrible day to field. And I'm not
Mm.
going to excuse Kohli's drop catch, but that was perhaps contributed by the actual cold. But look, yes, we
Mm.
probably should have batted second.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Joyda, since you have already asked this question, so let me put this question to you. Why opt to bat first,
See,
given the
sometimes what happens,
conditions? Yeah, Joyda.
sometimes what happens when we see a decision like this, we've got no idea about the pitch. We have some idea about the conditions because Norman is there, and Boria is there, and Alan is there, and Amitji is there. But we have no idea about the pitch. And in cricket, I mean, I'm in Bangalore right now. We're doing the women's T20 seniors, and the pitch has a huge bearing on a cricket match. So we've spoken about this before. So because we haven't seen the pitch, maybe it's a touch too dry, maybe it'll turn later. I don't know what's going to happen. But after I saw the first 2 or 3 overs, I was baffled. You've got the best fast bowling attack in the world right now, on the really good fast bowling conditions, and your KL Rahul, Rohit, KL Rahul 2 on 10, Rohit 5 on 10, Virat 6 on 10, okay, Surya 9 on 10, again after that 5 on 10, for 4 on 10. So with 5 on 10, 4 on 10, do you want to go and face the fastest bowling attack in the world in such a crucial game is the question I'm asking. Now, I could understand if the second half the wicket was crumbling and Ashwin's ball was turning square, nothing happened. It at least was 30% easy to bat in the second innings. So why not bat it when the conditions are better, especially when your batting is not taking off? Like I said earlier, we won against Pakistan by 1 run. We've got 4 points, but we know how we've got that 4 points, by the skin of our teeth. There has not been convincing 4 points. New
Yes.
Zealand has got convincing points. South Africa have got convincing points. This is a convincing win. I know it came in the last over, but a 5-wicket win. But
Absolutely.
our wins have not been that convincing. I mean, not to the potential that we are capable of. So then why put
Right.
Very
yourself under the
true.
pump?
I'm just
Very
going to add
true.
something, guys. We're here now. I've got the likes of Amit, obviously Boria and Alan Alali. We're looking for debashes. I think we need to skedaddle, as I would say. We need to take a little bit of a walk. So I'll see you guys soon. India's still at the forefront. Don't worry. They're going to smack Bangladesh. They're going to have a lot of success in Adelaide. Let's see you all there. All right?
Take care, Norman.
Yeah,
Take care.
take care, Norman. Thank you so much for joining and
All right.
sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you. Bye.
Get indoors.
And yes, and we'll continue with our show. Shubha and I'll come to you. Please talk us. Joyda has given us his thoughts. Norman has given us his thoughts. Okay, before I continue with you, Shubhan, the man of the match from this game is Lungi Ngedi. No
Who
surprises
else?
because he was
Who else?
outstanding with his bowling performance. Just absolutely sensational.
Yeah, but
He
I
just
would have
rattled
actually,
the Indian
I
batting.
would have given
Yeah.
it to David Miller, because on bowling friendly conditions, I like to give it to the batters. And I like to give it to the guy who gets you across the road. If India had won this game, I would have given it to Surya, even if somebody got 4 wickets in this.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
in batting friendly conditions, give it to the bowler. In bowling friendly
Okay.
conditions, which it was today, give it to the batter who got you across the
Okay.
line. Because you are
Okay.
actually you are actually rewarding the more difficult discipline under the circumstances, which was batting
Okay.
today.
Okay. Okay. Absolutely. So, Shubhan, I'll now come to you. Please express us your thoughts. That were you satisfied with India actually wanting to bat first after winning the toss? Would you say it was correct or otherwise decision as it proved out to be tonight?
A defeat is never satisfying. That one thing I would say. But yes, of course, as Joyda said, it was a baffling decision to bat first in these conditions, especially against the South African bowling lineup. I would have been fine had it been Netherlands or other minnow team. But against South Africa, you would
True.
want to
And Shubham,
dominate the.
Absolutely.
I would have said this even if you won the game.
Yep,
Even if you
absolutely,
won this game,
100%.
I would have said it's not
Absolutely.
about losing and winning.
Absolutely.
Because you can face South Africa again in the finals, and they will then have the psychological advantage that we have defeated India
Yes.
in the group stage,
Yes.
and by the looks
Yes.
of it, we are again going to face, if we end up being second, which is very likely, we will end up facing New Zealand again in the semi-finals, and we know what New Zealand do to us every time we face them in the ICC
Of
knockout event.
course.
So if India had won today, they would have solidated that first position right on the top group, and then take on someone like Australia or England or whoever qualifies. Maybe even Ireland can qualify from that group. You never know because of the rain forecast in that other stadiums. So it's always good to qualify, be top of the group, dominate. You had such a good memorable win against Pakistan. Why ruin the entire momentum and just throw it away against South Africa just because you wanted to bat first, which is
No, but
shocking in my
Shubham,
opinion.
we could
Yes,
have we could have also lost this game batting second. Okay.
we could have.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
could have.
Yeah.
And there will be in a group like this, it's a T20 game, you might lose a game. You might lose a game. And that's fine. As long as you can go and play the tough matches after that. I don't see anybody here. You won't see anybody winning a T20 tournament without losing a game. It will happen very seldom because the chances of win and loss are so high for every team that plays. So we lost to South Africa. We haven't lost to Bangladesh. We haven't lost to Zimbabwe. We lost to South Africa. We're very good in these conditions. Okay. Now,
Yes.
so we also have to decide that, okay, we've lost. Now what do we have to do? We have to beat Bangladesh. Then we have to beat New Zealand. You cannot win a World Cup just by beating Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka and the weaker teams. You have to beat the big teams, whether it's in the group stage, whether it's in the semis, whether it's in the final.
Absolutely.
And this is a true
Absolutely.
test for where our cricket is. Pakistan didn't play great. Still, we just got by the skin of our teeth. Then we had a weaker opponent. Now, this was the true test at our level. And we were,
Absolutely.
we lost in the last over, but this is as convincing a win as you can get. A
True.
5-wicket win is the proper one. It's a roller.
Absolutely.
They've rolled you over. Yes, reasons we can dissect till the cows come home. But I'm just saying that if you lose to South Africa, you lose to New Zealand, if you lose to Australia, yeah, it pegs you back, but you still got to get on. You got to go down and get up. It's not the end of the world for you.
Very true. And I would say just one thing here that, during the innings break, when players are interviewed, Lungi and Giddy was asked about his thoughts about the pitch, and he had said one thing, that to be able to, restrict a good side like India to a below par score is something which South Africa would be really proud of. That's the first thing. And I personally would say that this game went down the wire. What wasn't, would you say, Joy, that it was a very sweep over victory for South Africa? Because this game
Uh,
did till the end go. It went till the end, didn't it? It wasn't a very easy win for South Africa. Hadn't India not made those mistakes in the middle?
that doesn't give you any points.
Okay.
Does that the last game, the previous game, they won in the last ball. Doesn't matter. It's a win. It's 2 points. Because always 6 balls, 6 runs. That's as easy as it gets in T20. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And also Wayne Parnell is very good with the bat. Keshav Maharaj was there. Rabada was there. So it's not the end of the batting. This would have been tight if it was 7 down or 8 down.
Okay.
But they won't. And also another very important point here we must remember is that, this is a team, these conditions are very alien to us. We are not awesome in these conditions. We're awesome in flat conditions. We are awesome in dry conditions. We are awesome in spinning conditions. But these bounce, pace, we are not 100% comfortable in this. Otherwise, how come only one person looked like he batted in a different planet and 7 batters couldn't?
True. Very
Because
true.
this is a brand of cricket that doesn't play to our strength. Like
Yes.
Dubai does, Sharjah does, Sri Lanka does, Bangladesh does, but Australia doesn't, especially on a wicket like this. And they were aided by the catches that Rabada took, the catches that they took of Virat. I know Virat dropped a catch today. I've dropped catches. We've all dropped catches who played the game. But I'm just saying the catches they took under pressure.
Unbelievable.
And Boria was saying it was the coldest in the beginning of the match, and the wind was at its fiercest at the beginning of the match. That's when the catches were taken. That is the reason why they're so good, because under pressure, Virat Kohli is catching the air, falling in front, you dive in front and take it. The catch that they took of Hardik Pandya, the Rabada took,
Unbelievable.
a fast bowler who's supposed to be just bowling fast and not a great fielder. What an athlete. What an effort.
True.
And
True.
so all
True.
this adds up. These are small building blocks that add up into the win. They all add up. There's no,
True.
on the overside, we can say something as a package. But these little things all add up and they get you there. So that's very, very important. And I feel we were rolled over. Yes, 6 balls, 6 runs, 5 wickets in hand. As easy a game as it can come.
Very true. Very true. And now my following question, I need both of you to place your thoughts. First will be Shubhayan and then Joyda. That is, it's a phrased question by me. What I could make out from this game was that we are talking so much. Definitely, it's a massive talking point. First, Virat dropping that catch, and then Rohit Sharma missing that run out. Aiden Markram getting 2 lives in quick successions. Would you, gentlemen, say that had those not happened, had Virat taken that catch, had Rohit affected that run out, would this game be tilted towards India's favor tonight? Shubhan.
First of all, apologies because outside Eden Gardens it's absolutely bonkers. People are bursting firecrackers, waiting for
Are you
Sanju
watching?
Samson.
Are you watching the game?
Yes, Kerala versus Saurashtra, excellent game, terrific game.
Yeah, I saw
Bo-
that. I can't
bo-
imagine
yeah.
Kerala. I was
Ah,
for a while. I can't imagine Kerala losing 4 wickets and not getting across the line. That's such a weird score.
absolutely. Like Sanju Samson was absolutely shell shocked after he lost his wicket. He was like he wanted to finish the match, but Sachin Baby also played a good knock. And
No, I
I mean, they
understand,
could
but
have.
with 8 down, 9 down, you haven't got the run to take it. But with 4 down, you're 9 short.
Yep.
You don't see that too often.
Shocking. But Saurashtra did bowl well. Excellent.
Right.
Some phenomenal overs in the death. But yes, coming to this match, yes, as I said in the start, it's very tough to say whether India would have won had Virat Kohli had taken that catch.
True.
But at the same time, as he said earlier in this show that they had Wayne Parnell, they had Alungi and Gidi. They had a Kagiso Rabada who can very well bat. They can
Keshav
talk.
Maharaj.
Keshav Maharaj, okay, who is a good batter, who is a very decent bat. So and with David Miller at the other end, you of course expect South Africa to finish strong, which was the case tonight. And Joyda said Keshav Maharaj would have come and given him the strike or
And
smack
all he had to
or
do is get
boundary.
a single and give it to David Miller.
Yes,
See, I can
yes,
understand if
absolutely.
David
So
Miller got out. If David Miller got out, then India were back in the game.
and David Miller in such a form, he smashed that Ravichandran Ashwin over long off for a six. It was 96-meter hit, and it looked like he's just timing the ball. So such is the power, such is the caliber of that man. So just
True.
we can't just take the credit away from South Africa. They played good cricket. Of course, we can question the decision to bat first, but at the same time, we need to give South Africa the credit. They have been absolutely brilliant in this tournament so far. And one of the, as I said in our preview show, one of the dark horses to go all the way in this tournament. Maybe the choker's tag won't be there anymore after this tournament end.
True. My
Very
thoughts on this
true.
is that I don't think Rohit Sharma's run out is a chance because run out is never a chance.
Yeah,
A catch is a chance.
Okay.
When you miss
Okay.
the stumps, that is not a chance
right,
because often you will simply miss the stumps. A
right,
catch is something, especially this one was as easy as it comes, but he's taken some blinders. He's India's one of the best fielders. So a catch is a chance. A run out throw is not a chance. It's a half chance. If we could hit the stumps, then he would have been out. So that's not a chance because that's not a given. A catch is a given because it's falling on my lap. Number one. Number two is I agree with Shubha. And you can never say. Maybe the next guy would have come and
True.
played brilliantly as well. Parnell can bat. All these guys we spoke about can bat. So what would have
Very
happened
true.
if what happened will always be in the folklore, but
True.
you know
True.
they dominated the game because two Markram and David Miller. Markram in the beginning stemmed the rod when it was flying around, seaming around 3 for 2, came and got the ship, steadied the ship. And then David Miller said, I'll take it to the shore. Markram, you take it easy inside, I'll take it to the shore.
Okay. Okay. So let's come to India's batting. The only good thing was Joydeep Da's favorite player doing the anchoring for Team India, because otherwise Team India's batting order did not, unfortunately, fire. They couldn't fire. The kind of start they had, tottering at 47 for 4, 51 for 5 when Hardik got dismissed, and then Surya Kumar suddenly changed gears and decided to take up all the responsibility and ensure that India managed to put up some decent total on the board, because 68 was his single contribution out of the 133 India could amass. So Joyda, please take us through that Surya Kumar innings.
Yeah, I mean, 5 down. I was very disappointed with Dinesh Karthik. I thought if he just hung around, he could have got to 80.
True.
If he just hung around.
Okay.
Hung around, I think Surya would have got to 80. Because once the bowlers came and they perished, then he was trying to do more than he was as it is doing a lot. But having a batter at the other end, even though at one time I think DK was 16 ball 8 batting, which is 50 strike rate, where at least the wickets were not falling. He had stemmed the rot. He can't bat like Surya Kumar Yadav. He'll be the first one to tell you that. But if there's a Surya knows there's a Dinesh Karthik batting, he will play a lot within himself. But once Dinesh Karthik goes and Ashwin comes and then the bowlers come, then Surya is trying to bat for 2 people.
That's true.
That's what led to his dismissal. So I thought that Dinesh Karthik could have just hung around. He has the capability to hang around. You don't have to play shots. You just give the odd single. You play at 70 strike rate. At that stage, everybody, even for Dinesh Karthik, were on the 30-yard circle. They were giving him the single.
Yes.
So you give the single. Till Surya gets out, you don't do anything silly. If Surya gets out, you try whatever you want to.
Yes.
So that's somewhere I thought we lost a trick.
Okay. So, Shubhayan, I'll come to you. One solitary change with both these teams made today, which had everybody talking, was one was Lungi and Giri from South Africa, and from India it was Deepak Hooda. While for India the change did not click, South Africa, it became their winning reason. The reason
right.
why today South Africa on top of the points table. So, Shubhayan, if you could just tell us, the strategical change made by both these teams. One change works for one team. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for the other team. Were you
Right.
on the, personally satisfied with the change which India made?
See, I've seen Deepak Huda play for long, and he's a good bat. He's a decent all-rounder
Yes,
and a
he
gun
is.
fielder. And he has like in the run up to the World Cup, whatever chances he got in the French teams with the French teams, he has done well. But to come up suddenly, you give him a big match against South Africa, against arguably the best bowling attack. It's never easy. But yes, the kind of shot he played, I was very very disappointed because his caliber, his stroke range is far ahead. And if, had he played 10, 12, 15 deliveries and hung around for a bit, like the Joyda said for Dinesh Karthik, then he could
Absolutely.
have
Yes,
he
yes,
could have not
yes,
only helped Surya Kumar Yadav, he could have helped his case as well. He could have made
yes,
the
absolutely.
the headache more stronger for the Indian team management. Had he scored
Well,
a 25 ball 40 or 25 ball 45, which he's very
40
well
ball
capable
25
of.
would do. Shubhan, a 40 ball
Absolutely, in these
25 would do under
conditions,
the
absolutely, I
circumstances.
completely agree. I completely agree, and he could have made things harder for the team management in
See, when
the.
you come back, when you come into the team and you're
Hmm,
not a regular, you have to
right,
find first make your place. Surya never used to
right,
play like this when he first came
right, right,
Yes, yes,
because
yes,
now he
very
knows
true.
the team can't. His name is the number one team on the list. Well, number two after the
right.
captain, number two to name in the
True,
list. So you make your
Very
place.
true.
So you get a 28 ball 30, 40, 40 ball 30. You help Surya stay. You get to 152. You win this game by 12 runs. You play the next game. You get a 50 there, and there your plane flies.
right, and
Brilliantly.
Joyda. Now, if India suppose plays New Zealand in the semi-final, and team management wants to bring that extra off-spin option if needed, they would be saying कि नहीं यार ये बैटिंग नहीं कर पाया उस मैच में हाई प्रेशर मैच में फेल हो गया कैसे इसको भरोसा कर ले तो they would easily bring in Akshar
And
Patel so
also,
their
it's a
job is
15-member team. We are back to 15. We
yeah,
are not 20
yep,
COVID time. So your limit,
yep,
your options are less. And you
yep,
just asked a question to Shubayan about, the changes and how you change horses for courses. Now, you would normally have a meal with a fork and a knife. Now, can you have ilish much with a fork and a knife? Can you have a soup with a
No,
fork and a knife? Can you
no.
have dal with a fork and a knife? You can't. Normally, you'll go to any restaurant, you see fork and a knife and a spoon. So,
now
fork
another
and a knife and a spoon
another
is meal
headache is
option.
there. Another headache is there. Dinesh Karthik's fitness. He walked off. Rishabh Pant kept the
Yes,
wicket. So that is also a
yes.
For
concern.
me, for me,
One
that's
one
not much of
blow.
a concern because Rishabh is there. So I
Yeah,
understand that, okay. But for me, my concern is that as a group, you know, uh, it's been 3 games now that his batting hasn't taken off. We won
true,
against Pakistan. We were rejoicing, but we all know how we won.
true.
One man, where do you win that game? One man.
Yeah,
Yes,
In the
right,
true.
second match, one man, where do you win? In the third match,
right.
one man. I'm talking about the batting point of view. In the third
Mhm,
match, one person almost gave you a hope of winning.
right.
So you name me one other good team, New Zealand. You talk about South Africa. Riley Russell got 100. He failed. Today somebody else got it. That shows that the team is in form. That shows the team is ready to go to the next level. Riley Russell failed today. We didn't miss him. Last
Yeah,
match, everybody else failed. Riley Russell got 100.
absolutely.
Riley Rosso has two
Absolutely.
centuries and three ducks in his last 5 innings.
Yeah.
So,
He,
like,
he either
it's very tough to
he either
say.
takes off or he doesn't.
Or he doesn't, yes.
Does it depend on his mood? Like, if he wants, then he'll get a century, otherwise, he's not playing.
Or it
But
has to
it's
be a
hilarious.
Arshdeep Singh Jaffa.
My
A great
God.
delivery that. Great delivery that.
So, my next question actually is about Arshdeep Singh. Please talk us through Arshdeep Singh's resurgence. This 1 month, until last month, he was the subject of trolls, vicious trolls. And within a month, take a look at him. Like, he is one of the most reliable bowlers for Team India. Joyda.
Yeah, I think the trolls don't matter. When you play sport
Yeah,
for India, you will get trolled. It doesn't matter. There are some people who are only there to troll, so that's okay. They don't exist. For Ashdeep Singh, these people don't exist because
Yeah.
you're in a bubble, and it's only positive energy. You don't, and if you do something which is not right, the team members, the coach, you'll feel the vibe. You'll
Yes.
get the vibes from them only. Number
True,
one. Number
true,
two,
true.
These are very, very good conditions for fast bowling. So he's reveling in them. So anybody who bowls fast in India will go to Australia and have a feast. Today, what was Shami? 413. What was Bhubi? 312. Now, when do we see 413, 312 in India? When do we see 413, 312 in the IPL? Never. Unless you're Sunil Narayan
True.
back in the day.
Right.
So I'm just saying these
True.
conditions are also in favor of fast bowling. That's why he's enjoying what he's doing.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
And yeah.
if biryani is your favorite meal, then you're in Lucknow. It's like that. You say, "Wow, how good is the biryani?" I know you have roots in Lucknow. So not just them, every fast bowler. You look at Trent Bolt yesterday.
Yes.
Every fast bowler
Yes.
is reveled in these conditions. It's
True.
a fast
True.
bowlers
True.
World Cup. They will be the ones. Spinners struggle. That's why I was saying Ishwari and Santner. Ashwin had a very ordinary day today. Even that two sixes that David Miller hit, those balls were very ordinary balls, right? Under the bat, fast.
Yes.
Just wasn't his day and didn't come out of his hand. It's happened to me loads of times. Ashwin is a legend, but didn't happen for him today. Didn't happen for him today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll
Absolutely.
add, I'll,
And
I'll, I'll add a
yeah,
point here.
Shubhan, please.
I'll add a point here about Arshdeep. What I like about him, Joyda can correct me if I'm wrong here technically. Maybe it could be premeditated. The ball to Quinton de Kock, it was outswinger, and it was a very. If you go through the highlights, it's a very late movement of his wrist. And similarly for Riley Russo, it was an in tucker, and again it was
Absolutely.
a very late wrist movement. So that ability is very rare. We saw back in the days, Wasim Akram used to do the same very late wrist movement.
Yeah.
After that, we
Now,
haven't seen many
just
bowlers. Yeah.
yeah, but as a batter, I faced a lot of very good left up
Yeah.
seamers in my time. As a batter, one release is like this,
Hmm.
and one release is like this.
Yes.
You can see it. The reason with Wasim Akram was this arm action was very quick, like Rashid Khan.
Very
You
quick.
can't
Yeah.
make out his cooking.
Right.
Because see, Arshdeep runs in, jumps, loads, and bowls. But Wasim Akram barely ran 12 yards, and it was all zoop like that. It was like you're watching something and somebody put on fast forward.
Right.
Everything is going normal, it's fast forward. So it was like that. So the
Right.
issue with Wasim Akram was that once his arm started rolling over, there's something God gifted. I've asked him in this personally. I spent years with him in KKR. Big bro for me, outstanding guy. So he says that he had this ability to just roll that arm very quickly and yet bowl in the right area. So whether it's this or this, you could make up. But today with Arshdeep, if you see the dismissal again, and I know you, Shubhain, and I know you, Damini, you guys will watch these highlights again. You will see one is like this and one is like
Yes.
this. When it's this, it's leaving the right hander. Then if that ball falls and comes in, then you're pardoned if you get out. It's happened to me where an outswinger has gone like this. I've gone and left it and the ball's jacked back. That is an unplayable ball. But you got to play the risk because 99% of the balls will go that way. You don't get yourself ready for 1%. You get yourself ready for the 99%. But it's a very pertinent one. He's got both the balls and it was evident that with the two releases that he has. That's a great point, Shubhayan.
Absolutely. And with these thoughts, we come to the end of this post-match show of this very important clash between two very good sides, India and South Africa, who were unbeaten. And one team had to face defeat, which was unfortunately India. It's South Africa who came up with a very, very good performance and had the last laugh with 5 wickets and hence climbed up to the top of the points table of Group 2. And for India, it will be, please mark the date on the 2nd of November, as Boriada very correctly stated, a virtual knockout against Bangladesh. And ladies and gentlemen, you were hearing my panelists Jaideep Mukherjee and Shubhan Chakravarti with their insights. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining and sharing your thoughts.
Thank
We
you.
meet again, as already stated, on the 2nd of November. Until then, take care of yourselves, enjoy other games around the world, and it's goodbye from India. Thank you.
Thank you.